All right, hello. Today we're going to continue going through this giant box of football cards that I found off Facebook Marketplace. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We've got Pete Metallares. All right, Chris Miller. Darian Connor. You got Dual Brewer. Ray Buchanan. Steve Young. Tyron Davis. Brent Jones. Hang on here. Technical difficulties. All right. Johnny Morton. Donald Driver. Neil O'Donnell. Rodney Peete. Mo Lewis. Gary Clark. Another Gary Clark. Junior Seau. Gary Plummer. Lendale White. Jericho Cotchery. Andre Reed. Emmett Smith. Barry Sanders. That's a nice card. Mark Collins. Gerard Bunch. Rodney Hampton. Henry Jones. Edgar Bennett. Ryan McNeil. Herman Moore. Marvin Harrison. And William Rofe. Neil O'Donnell. Cornelius Bennett. Dave Cadigan. Chris Calloway. Kyle Brady. Marshall Falk. Not bad. Dana Stubblefield. Jeff Hostetler. Steve Berline. Jeff Gossett. John Kitna. Mike Shepard. Steve Berline. Neil Smith. Tracy Simeon. Neil Smith. Ken Harvey. Quadri Ismail. Henry Thomas. Mike Morris. Bo McDaniel. Clyde Simmons. Neil Anderson. Scott Graham. Ken Harvey. Leroy Butler. And Eric Metcalf. Mark Collins. Sterling Sharp. Tony Gonzalez. Nice. Glenn Parker. Who's that? That is Bryce Paup. Robin Stark. Jeff Howard. Jeff George. Steve Tasker. Willie Green. Another Jerry Rice. Steve Young. Todd Kelly. Chris Zorich. Martin Hanks. Steve Smith. John Carney, Steve Weatherford, Michael Lewis. All right. Tyrone Wheatley. Rod Redrickson. Mike Sharu. Kelvin Martin, Cornelius Bennett, Gary Clark, Ray Lewis, Rod Woodson. All right, we've got a Michael McCary. And we've got a Wesley Walls. All right, we've got Mushin Muhammad. Got another Ray Lewis. Sean King. Chris Winkie. All right, we've got Hugh Douglas. Mark Carrier. Chuck Cecil. Derek Alexander, Corey Fuller, Van Malone, Mark Dusbeck, Marshall Falk, Jerry Rice, Tim McDonald, Steve Young, Troy Carter, Jake Reed, Billy Williams, Tim Brown, Larry Centers, Adrian Cooper, Prinzo Lynch, Chris Hudson, Richard Dent, Ron Morris, Lamont Warren, all right, we've got Wolford for the Colts. We've got Jeff George, Willie Anderson, Dave Klinger, Louis Sharp, David Boston, Donnell Bennett, Tim Brown, Mark Burnell, Albert Lewis, Marshall Falk, Frank Reich, Tommy Harris, Bert Emanuel, Pat Lowry, Dennis Bird, Andre Coleman, Michael Timpson, Leslie O'Neill, Marco Coleman, Rodney Hampton, Junior Seau, Chris Carter, Chris Jackson, AFC Conference or NFC Conference checklist, Brett Favre on it. Kevin Hardy, Mo Gardner, Scott Case. Going back to basketball, we got a Kevin Johnson. We've got a Junior Seau. Bruce Matthews. Henry Thomas, Marvin Washington, the Chris Carter, Willie Davis, Tyrone Wheatley, Steve Walsh, Neil Anderson, Will Shields, Percy Snow, Joey Galloway, Edgar Bennett, Chris Dolman, William Floyd, Alfonso Ellis, coming back into basketball now. James Worthy, Jim Harbaugh, Tony Bennett, Tim Brown, Greg Robinson, Jesse Hester, Jimmy Spencer, Gary Plummer, Marshall Faulk. Herschel Walker, Dave Meggett. Rodney Hampton, another Rodney Hampton. Phillip Rivers. John Alt, Dale Carter, Nick Lowery, Charles Mincy, Barry Word, Jesse Tuggle, Seth Joyner, Nick Lowry, Willie Davis, Keith Cash, Donnell Bennett, Neil Smith, Dan Salamua, Steve Young, Jeff Criswell, Kimball Anders, Will Shields, Derek Thomas, Jerome Woods, Pat Swilling, Jeff Hostetler, Al Davis, Tyrone Hughes, Derek Fenner, Tim Brown, and Cornelius Bennett. All right, Bryant Young, Dana Stubblefield, Steve Young, Dana Stubblefield, another Dana Stubblefield. Harris Barton. Jesse Sapone, Lee Woodall, Bryant Young, Mo Gardner, Tim McDonough, Jerry Rice, Nolan Harrison, Dana Stubblefield, Ricky Waters, Keena Turner. Dana Stubblefield, Martin Banks, Brett Jones, Gary Plummer, Dana Stubblefield, Garrison Hurst, Sean Solomon, Felipe Sparks, Brett Emanuel, Chris Miller, Matt Bryan, Tyrone Wheatley, Tim Brown, Wilfred Tubbs, Junior Johnson racing card. Felix Wright, John Randall, Warren Moon, Jack Del Rio, Ed McDaniel, Warren Moon. All right, we've got Chris Carter, Jake Reed, Brett Perryman, Robert Porcher, Mel Gray, Corey Scheschlinzer, Herman Moore, Mel Gray, Rodney Peete, Chris Burkett, Brad Baxter, Boomer Esiason, Ernie Sims, Jim Harbaugh, Matt Swilling, Benny Blades, Jay Novacek. It's a nice looking card. Brent Perryman, another Brent Perryman, Jason Hanson, Lomas Brown, Kevin Jones, Brent Perryman, Benny Blades. All we've got K.O. Simpson, Dante Whitner, Walkley Thomas, Todd Collins, Dwayne White, Brad Baxter, Aaron Glenn. All right, we've got a Jim Kelly, Steve Tasker, Shane Connellan, another Jim Kelly. Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, Football Heroes, Marshawn Lynch, Henry Jones, Marshawn Lynch, Trent Edwards, Mark Maddox. Johnny Mitchell, Marvin Washington, Marcus Turner. Okay, Bill Brooks, Quinn Early, Marcus Patton, Bruce Smith, Daryl Talley. Put that to the side. Jim Kelly, JoJo Tonsil, Rob Moore, Johnny Mitchell, Bill Brooks, Jim Harbaugh, Andre Reed, Frank Reich, Jeff Burns, Steve Tasker, Bill Brooks, Chris Spielman, Roscoe Parrish, Steve Tasker, Bryce Pop, Eric Molds, Dana Stubblefield, Terrell Buckley, Mark Chimura, Edgar Bennett, Chris Galloway, Dave Meggett, and Felipe Sparks. Barry Sanders, Robert Porcher, Clay Matthews, Ray Donaldson, Jerry Porter, D'Angelo Hall. Is that a rookie? No. Sonny Mitchell. All right. Fred Bleekenkoff, Rocket Ismail, Jeff Hostetler, Nolan Harrison, James Lofton, Napoleon Kaufman, Rodney Hampton, Herschel Walker, Arthur Marshall, Brandon Jacobs. Sean Dawkins, Marshall Falk, Marvin Harrison. It's a checklist with some Marshall Falk on there. I believe so. Marshall Falk, Steve Young, Deion Sanders, Jerry Rice. All right, we got more NASCAR. We got Ricky Rudd, Richard Petty, Jeremy Mayfield, Terry Labonte, Michael Waltrip. All right, Anthony Smith, Herman Moore, Jeff Herod, Morton Anderson, Anthony Gonzalez, Quentin Coriat, and Albert Bentley. All right, we've got Rodney Hampton. It's a rookie card. Put that to the side. Marcus Monk, Brad Muster, Tom Waddle. Joe Johnson. Jim Everett. Vaughn Johnson. Tyrone Hughes. Tyrone Hughes. Michael Haynes. Tyrone Hughes. Quinn Early. Herb Smith. Ray Zellers. Tyrone Leggett. Herb Smith. Michael Haynes. All right. Carlton Bailey. LT. Otis Anderson, Ground Force. Felipe Sparks. Jesse Armstead. Plaxico Burress. Put him to the side. Howard Cross. Keith Hamilton. Tyrone Wheatley. Atlanta Falcons team card from 93. All right. Roger Harper. Jeff George. Work done. Clay Matthews. All right, we got Jim Kelly, Machine Gun. All right, we've got Jim Kelly for the Bills, checklist card. Another Jim Kelly. John Fina. James Lofton. All right, last little bit we're going to go through here. Bruce Smith. Reuben Brown. Darryl Talley. Cornelius Bennett. Vince Young. Reuben Brown. J.J. Burden. Got more NASCAR. Bodine. I don't know who that. Bill Elliott. Dave Marks. Don't know who that is. All right. Darren Carrington. Jesse Hester. Roosevelt Potts. Garth Jacks. Excuse me. And finally, Curtis Conway. All right. Still got some more to go through here. Until next time.